effective. Don't know if they'll bother trying to run this Naga as a core though. Seems a bit dicey. Though LFY's wave clear is not that good, other than the Luna. So maybe there's some incentive there.
It would be interesting. I haven't seen a core Naga this patch, not yet anyway. I don't think it was picked every time. It was picked at Dota Pitter recently. I think it's been picked in the support role. Now the Omni's going to come out, and that'll be your offlaner. So you're looking at Queen of Pain mid, offlane Omni Knight. Now the question is this Naga going to be in that that carry role, or is it going to be played in the support role like you were saying? And we're going to find out here in about a minute, as that's the only reserve time they have left for VG Gaming.
I don't know if, I mean, Queen of Pain's quite a good repel hero. That's what always comes to mind immediately when you look at the Omni Knight. It's like, okay, who is he repelling? Who is he making stronger? And is it worth it for that hero to kind of be put in that situation? And I think the Queen of Pain probably fine for that. It would be nice if there was another big carry in the pool, but there isn't really. Like, maybe they look at, are they going to look at Morphling? No. Okay, just the Phantom Lancer. Probably just going to be your position for Naga Siren then. They've got plenty of illusions.
Yeah, for sure. That's true, actually. Yeah. It's got Illusion Central on this VG Gaming draft. Oh, man. All right. But I like the Fancy Lancer. I also really liked Kaka and the Naga Siren support. I think it's going to be good this game. Mm-hmm. I like having Ensnare. I think it's pretty solid overall.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. I mean, having the song against the Fist's Void is also very, very powerful. We didn't even really talk too much about that. The lockdown for the PL is okay, but not amazing, and the illusions definitely help soak up a lot of the Eclipse damage, making it not so scary, as LFY decided that they just want some more AoE. They look at the pool, they're like, how do we do that? And they're just going to decide on the Timber Saw. So it looks like, what, Timber mid?
I would think it's being played by Super. Maybe they switch it up, but I think that's probably correct. And then they have the Monet Luna coming out and all that good stuff. I think I like the Timber pick, but I think there could be better Timber games. I don't think this is the best one. But I think it's strong enough to win in the game and make some space for Super. I don't know exactly how you feel about this Timber pick, but it seems pretty good.
I think it's all right, but yeah, I also don't think it's that amazing of a Timber game necessarily. I think they've got the repel, they've got plenty of mana burn from the Phantom Lancer. Queen of Pain's got plenty of nuke damage, so I don't think this is a game where the Timber's going to get out of control. I think they just decided that they wanted something that can kind of come online early-ish and has some more AoE to help out dealing with the Phantom Lancer. But overall, I think I might like VG's lineup just a little bit more. I really like the Omni Knight plus the Shadow Demon against what LFY are bringing to the table with the Void and the Kunkka. I worry that if LFY don't burst somebody down at the start of the fight, then they run into problems, because VG Gaming aren't very cooldown reliant at all.
Yeah.
Like, if a fight continues, they just keep spamming spells, they keep doing their thing, they keep getting stronger. Meanwhile, not the same story for LFY.
I like the fact that the song and the GA can kind of break up the fights and segment them a bit more for Vici, like you mentioned, because that burst potential, if they can't get it done for LFY, you're right, this is a bit troublesome. Immediate DC from Young 11, who, by the way, I don't know if you saw much of Dota Pit, but he was the MVP of the tournament, easily. I mean, the play he had some really amazing chronos and RPs, and pretty much every hero he was on was a high-impact hero in that game. And he was more often than not one of the top net worth heroes. And it really, you know, I've always known Young 11 has been pretty strong and a pretty solid player. But to see him just go off the way he did was impressive and a lot of fun to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, he looked really good. I think he had one, I want to say game 2 of the grand finals. He had a little bit of a weak start.
Yeah, the Tidehunter, or no, the Brewmaster game. Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a little bit of a weak start, but then came back, played pretty well, solid micro. Very, very important part of that game for them. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can get done on the Omni Knight. Probably similar to what I was saying about the Centaur in the previous game, maybe looking to steal the wave at level 1 if he can, get his level 2 just that little bit more quickly. I guess the new Soaring is probably quite good for Omni, if I had to hazard a guess.
I would agree with that completely. It should be pretty hype if you can get it, but Going back at storylines here, these two teams, VG and LFY, like you mentioned, they've played, not at TR or anything, they've played previously, but it's been a little bit. VG, obviously, just beating Newbie, and Newbie's already here in the next round of the upper bracket, and LFY lost to Newbie 2-1 in those upper bracket finals of TI 7, which is, I think, an important thing to note, and that was a really hype series, too. I remember that particular series. So one of these teams is going to get a rematch against Newbie, which is super cool, because it's just a lot of fun to see. Newbie especially is one of my favorite teams to watch. And you might think, okay, well, they're a Chinese team. That's really weird. But I actually love watching them. And these two teams, VG Gaming has really impressed me as well. And I think there's a lot of high-octane, cool stuff coming down the pipeline between all three of these teams. And we'll see what happens with it.
Yeah, I'm always hyped for some Newbie Dota. Always going to cheer for KP, of course.
Yeah, local Aussie boy.
Dota.
Yeah, man.
Yep, exactly. He's the big rep for Australian Dota at the moment. I guess, well, we'll claim QO as well, but there's no Ana to cheer for, unfortunately, this season. So
no Ana. Did you see any of KP's interviews with Andrew? They were pretty funny.
No, I didn't catch them. I'll have to go back and.
Well, I mean, they weren't like the funniest thing in the world, but Andrew asked just really weird questions in the third interview, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, that's great."
Yeah. I think that's just Damien. He's a very
he was very
he's
chill.
a very relaxed guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the exact word I would have used. Yes.
It's hard to get answers out of him in an interview, but I'll have to go check it out.
The thing is, KP had like 3 losers or winner interviews, excuse me, in Dota Pit, because they won like so many series. And at the end, Andrew's just like, "Listen, I don't want to ask you the same shit I asked you earlier, so I'm gonna ask you something different." And KP appreciated that, I'm sure. So
nice. So unfortunately, we don't get to see these rematches that you're talking about right away. The next day of China,
tomorrow
for this event. Is it tomorrow?
No, actually, you're right. Yeah.
No. It's next week, right?
Yeah.
That's
I got confused for a moment. You are correct in that. It's not for a while. So we're getting a taste. This is kind of a sampler for Chinese Dota.
So the appetizer.
Exactly. And
course is next week.
I don't care what kind of Dota you like. If you're NA, SEA, SA, CIS, EU, this has been good Dota, at least for Newbie in the first series. And I think Vici and LFY, I think there's a lot to look forward to in this series. But it's going to start off with the laning phase and how this is shaping up. Dual lane top for Fenrir and Paparazzi. They have to run all the way back to the wave. Super versus Ori mid in terms of the Queen of Pain versus Timbersaw matchup, which should probably be okay for Ori, I would imagine. He should do fine there.
Yeah, just needs to get some points up in his reactive armor, and I think he'll be all right. He's actually got the point at Timber Chain early on here. Is this the sunken relic thing? Is that what Inflame has on
I
his
think
void?
so. I actually have no idea.
This gross particle effect abomination.
Why is it there? Why is it a thing? I don't understand. It's fair enough. You're not wrong there, my friend. But
Anywho.
He will be taking a lot of damage in the top lane, and Flame is getting harassed down by Fenrir. Doing a lot of damage, the Shadow Demon. Not a hero that we usually see. Disruption is going to come out. Some illusion damage, he'll time walk it off. Now that's on cooldown for 22 seconds. He can't really walk up. Great job by the Shadow Demon to harass him and get him out of lane and just make sure he doesn't get any farm.
Yeah, they messed up the lane control a little bit, though. They got double range creeped.
Oh, that's rough.
Fenrir, can he get this? It's not, these side pulls are not easy.
No, that's a really hard side
anymore.
pull. Like it used to be, it used to be like almost 100% unless you really effed it up, or if there was like a creep wave coming in on the other side. It's just like now I don't want to say it's almost impossible. It's not almost impossible, but still really difficult.
Yeah, it's not consistent anymore. It used to be that you could get like the pull plus stack every time. Anyone could do it. Didn't matter the creeps that you had in the camp. I think now it does depend a bit more on what creeps you get and making sure that you get them to like attack properly and whatnot. But nicely done by Fenrir. Resets the lane equilibrium pretty nicely, and that's definitely gonna help out, make it more difficult for this Void to continue scaling up, since he's already burned through a ton of his regen. Fortunately, has managed to grab the level 2, but
he's still gonna have a bit of a rough time, and this is going to leave Paparazzi free farming in this top lane essentially. Bottom lane, Young 11's contesting. He has 5 last hits himself. The Void only with 2. In the mid lane on the other side, Ori doing a lot of damage to Super. Super, he might need to ferry a salve out. He actually did. He just brought it out from his backpack. And CS-wise, he's doing okay. 7-1 versus 8-5. And I think so far this is a good start for Vici. They're doing a lot of harassing in the top lane. This is all looking good, I think, at this point, Cameron.
Yeah, I think so. I like the decision to put the Naga Siren down bot along with the Omni Knight. They've sort of kept the Kunkka pinned down here. LFY having to run the full tri-lane, but I don't know if they've really been able to do too much pulling or anything like that. They go on Lamb, but...
He has a double damage rune. You could see with one Riptide and a couple of auto attacks, he does some severe damage to that poor Kunkka. But again, Harass coming in, and Young 11, he only has level 1 Purification. They need to be a little careful. In the top lane again, Time Walk coming out. The Void's just trying to leech any experience they can get. Back down bottom, X marks, Torrent coming in. It's going to hit. That might be your first blood, and it will be. There it is. LFY get off to a fast start, getting that kill. Now looking for Lanham, no follow-up though. And they needed to make something happen because this is like a defensive trial, and they're really, like you mentioned, pinning the Kunkka down bottom at this point.
Yeah, it's tough because it's a defensive tri lane with no small camp pull available either. So they're splitting experience really heavily being down here, and especially against a dual lane. That would have been a big win for Vici if they were getting that without without really any trade-off. But LFY get the kill. Afu a bit more free to maybe move around the map and go get something else done.
Has to run home. Disruption. Soul Catcher coming in. Void. Time Dilation will come out. They have the Spirit Lance. He's really waiting to use it. But the Time Walk just enough range to get out of... Nope, maybe not. Paparazzi gets off the Spirit Lance. Is it going to be enough? Shadow Poison's going to start stacking up. With only one, it's not going to be enough. Two, I don't even think that will get the kill. If they had three, probably does. It's like, what, level 1 Shadow Poison? Not a big deal.
Yeah, so. Not a big deal. Just a little bit more harassment. The point in time dilation is actually pretty interesting to see from the Void going for the 1-1-1. I don't think that's necessarily standard, but probably pretty helpful against the PL, right? You get lanced, and you're getting chased down. You can check out the time dilation and potentially save yourself from a follow-up lance before your time walk is... while your time walk is still on cooldown.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it should keep him alive. It should help. Mid lane, the Kunkka is rotated over. I think he might have thought he would come in, but now it looks like he's just going to ward, maybe go back bottom. He's been roaming around a lot. Hasn't done too much, with that roaming. I don't think he found anything mid. So he's finally back at the bottom lane. This will give some experience to the Luna and to the Skywrath finally. We'll see. I don't know. Can they even do anything here? Probably not.
Not this close to the tower, I don't think. The Timber is actually winning mid lane. He's up 5 CS on the Queen of Pain. He's kind of... I think he's out of the woods at this point. 3 points up in the reactive armor. The Queen of Pain is out of mana. He's getting enough regen that the Shadow Strike harassment doesn't really matter at all. And this is where the Timber can really start to take over. This could even be the kind of lane where we see Timber like in between the tier 1, tier 2 tower, just tanking the wave, pushing the tier 1 really heavily.
Yeah, that would be pretty hype. He's done a great job so far to get to the point that he's at. Top CS, of course, still belongs to that of Paparazzi, which is not surprising considering the laning matchup he's had. The Shadow Demon went home, by the way. He has a smoke on him, and it looks like they're going to run bottom and try to find something here. They know the Shadow Demon is missing. He's been off the map, off top lane for a while. So I don't know if LFY are going to fall for this or get caught by this, but there's always a possibility.
Yeah, if they disrupt the Luna, they have quite a bit of damage.
X marks, silence, Torrent. That could be trouble for Young 11. He's got Purification. Now with Repel as well, still taking a lot of damage. He might fall. The Ensnare coming in. Sonic Wave. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right now. Looking for Monet. He's got the Banish coming in. Fenrir gets off the disruption in time. Soul Catcher, I think, was already used, and it's on him still, and Monet is going to get absolutely dropped and killed. A 2-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, the Omni Knight can't survive. A little bit too squishy and gets dropped down. And by the way, Super's doing exactly what you were mentioning he would do in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, he sees that the Queen of Pain is away. He's got his catapult spawning up as well, so really wants to get as much damage on this tier 1 as he possibly can. Pretty standard Timber self play, and a lot of why Timber is so powerful in the early game. I remember when they first buffed up the siege creep, people talking about Timber in this context and just saying like, oh yeah, Timber's one of the better heroes to actually exploit this change. They're punching him, but... Yeah,
they'll try to punch him. His reactive armor stacking up. It's level 4, by the way. They have no Sonic Waves. Scream of Pain is available, but he Timber Chains out to safety easily. Oh, no. Why would you guys fight while I'm not watching you? Please.
Shadow Demon dead. He had the Luna Illusion for a little bit there. That was the other thing that we didn't really talk about. And Inflame taking some more damage up top, but since the Shadow Demon's been away, he's actually been able to get quite a bit more experience. Not too many more last hits. Still only 11 CS to his name. But at least looking all right there. And LFY actually starting to build up a little bit of a net worth lead. I think this Luna is a hero that you have to watch out for this patch. Kind of similar to the Anti-Mage, just flash farms really quickly, and with the overall changes to making lane farm that little bit more valuable. It's not quite to the same extent as AM necessarily, but I feel like Luna is a hero that can get out of control.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen it. We saw it yesterday, in fact, in the NA region. Meanwhile, Afu's going to get chased down. He'll go for the TP. There is going to be the Torrent. And Snare came out, though, just in time. That'll be an easy pickup. On the other side, Super is diving Ori. Ori is blinking one. The Chakram almost, or rather, the Whirling Death almost bringing Ori down. He had 50 HP, but was able to make it out in time. And Super just feels like a monster at this point. It's still early in the game, and he's only got boots and a Soul Ring. But he might be in trouble now. Here comes the poison coming out from Femmer. They even throw up the purification. Lanham throws up the Riptide, so some armor reduction will help. He is so freaking tanky. Now the Queen of Pain coming back in Sonic Wave up in 5. In Snare, there's 4 Shadow Poison stacks, and that'll be enough, along with the purification, to get the kill. It is a lot of heroes rotating in to secure it for VG Gaming, but it's still a kill nonetheless.
Still, yeah, really nice to get rid of the Timber. Soul Catcher. The Shadow Demon is such a nice hero for Vici this game. It's good with the Disruption against the Void. The Soul Catcher is super value against the Timber to help burst him down that little bit more quickly. And of course, the Disruption, against the Skywrath Mage and the Kunkka, also amazing. So, expecting some big stuff. I wonder if I'm starting to wonder if, because this patch is moving more towards carries being a big deal, maybe we'll start to see the saving supports come back. You were talking about the Winter Wyvern a little bit earlier, but maybe stuff like Shadow Demon, Dazzle kind of also in that conversation. Yeah,
we've already seen a fair bit of it. There's more heroes in that regard as well. Oracle is a big one that jumps out to me, but I don't know if it's going to be picked that much. Maybe with Death Prophet, I think Oracle's probably a good choice. By the way, I want to point out the Void used Chrono top lane to survive as Paparazzi was diving him under the tower. So that's down for another 100 seconds. Yeah, I caught the tail end of it, so I don't know what else happened other than I think he was just getting dove.
Yeah, the Quap also, well, Ori was rotating towards the top, I think hoping to use another Sonic Wave since he has a back off cooldown, but unfortunately won't find anything. And we do actually have PL swapping down to bottom as LFY tried making some aggressive moves towards the top lane. So it looks like maybe just a tier 1 for tier 1 trade.
Yeah, I think so.
Coming up.
There's a lot more heroes top lane for LFY. They should go a lot quicker for them. Plus, they have the Lunar Blessing. They have a Luna up here. And the Glyph will come out for the Dire. Radiant should have one, and they do. They'll hold on to it for now. Lanham, no song. He's level 5, trying to get up to that level 6. TPing in is going to be Fenrir. Her smoke will break. And now they might be caught here. Lanham's in a lot of trouble. Disruption will come out. There's a lot of heroes. The Shadow Poison will come in as well. The Soul Catcher on top. Lanham's going to get Riptide off, but he's still in some serious shit at this point. Chakram will hit. X marks back. There's the Torrent. Scream of Pain coming in. Ori's got the Sonic Wave. There's the Silence. Now 1-for-1 trade. The Eclipse getting dropped. And Ori, he's got to blink away, but it's on cooldown for 8. He's going to get dropped. A double kill for Super as the Eclipse does some serious damage. And Young 11 now, he's the one getting chased down. He's got Repel. He needs to purify himself. Repel will come first. Still in a lot of trouble. They'll chase him down. Timber Chain. Now they're looking for Fenrir instead. They finally get off this Disruption coming in. And here's the TP from Paparazzi. It seems like it took forever, but he's finally here. Spirit Lance coming out. Super. So damn tanky. He's got the Timber Chain away. He will be able to make it out for now. Paparazzi will do what he can, which is little to no damage with his illusions. And that'll be the end of the fight, which really favors LFY at the end of it. And we'll see the fight recap show that, I believe.
Yeah, very messy. They got 2 nice kills, but they didn't end up getting the tower. So I guess it depends on how you compare the Queen of Pain kill versus getting the tower down at bottom. I think it might be better to get the tower since Vici have now opened up the bottom side of the map to farm a little bit more. They can kind of park their Phantom Lancer down here and he can shove the lane and farm the jungle. So may have worked out better for Vici. It's just hard for we're already starting to see that it's a little bit difficult for the Luna to play against the Shadow Demon. You get disrupted with the Soul Catcher on you and you actually just kind of have to run away and kite away from the illusions. Otherwise you're going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to see how the Shadow Demon plays out in the later stages. He has level 6 now. I don't think he had it in that fight. Meanwhile, they're going to try to go for In Flames, who's going to get ensnared. Sonic Wave. There's the Chrono. He'll try to turn on him. He just needs to leave. Not enough damage coming in from the Queen of Pain. If he has Veil there, I think that's a kill, but without it, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, another defensive Chronosphere. Not really doing all that much, just keeping Inflame alive. Void, I mean, it's going to be a little bit tough for him to catch back up into this game, but at least they've got this tier 1 tower gold starting to slowly flow in for him, so seeing some of the power of Luna as a hero. Monet is going to be going for the Dragonlance this game. I'm normally not a huge fan of this item on Luna. I feel like it just slows down your Manta, BKB, like big item timings quite a bit, but of course really important to have when you've got the Void on your
exactly.
team.
Yep. Just get that extra attack range. Make sure you can get involved, even without Eclipse. Do some work. Young 11, only a little bit ahead of the Void, about 300 gold. Working on what looks to be a drum, and Inflame will just come up casually and steal that rune. In fact, they might even get this kill. Silence, they've got Concussive shot. Mystic Flare will come in. Another Arcane Bolt, still taking a lot of damage. He has wand charges. He can use his repel, and he turns right in onto a Flame, who will just time walk that damage straight off. Super might dive. He's got a Hood of Defiance to help him out. Here comes the Chakram, and he will get dispelled, or rather disrupted. The repel TP from Young 11, nicely done. No Chronosphere to stop it, and that will get him out of dodge. But this is going to lead into this Tier 1 tower. Finally, LFY able to bring it down.
Yeah, very nice. And they've got the glyph for mid, so Co-op won't be able to do too much damage over here, though I don't know who is going to TP to go and actually defend that. Skywrath has his TP off cooldown. Afu just dropping a big combo bottom.
He's looking for this kill. The silence coming out. X Marks is going to come back, and they need a couple more auto attacks to get this. Song just going to come out. Arcane Bolt. The Rage Drop. He had 20 HP. The TP out, and the Skywrath can't get there in time. Song is used defensively to get him out of a bad position, but he will be able to make it out at the very least.
EDC maybe not so lucky, though. Actually, we'll see.
Oh, what a juke. All right, or you need to leave now. Nighttime. Easy.
And there is a ward there, but I guess he just got into that little patch of fog and managed to sidestep him.
On top lane, Fenrir getting turned down here. They've got Chronosphere. It does come out. Sonic Wave, good trade. Now Monet in trouble. He's going to have to go for the TP. No fault. Paparazzi, they need a Spirit Lance. They don't have it. Just came off cooldown. 1-for-1 trade that I'm sure Vici will love to take with Chrono now down and the Void dead.
Fenrir is thinking to himself, like, Eclipse used, Chrono used, like, we got the kill on the Void. He's fine with being dead at the moment. He's actually just reveling in the moment. And Lamb, it's really surprising, but it's actually the Naga who's shoving this bottom lane. I thought it was going to be the Phantom Lancer or the Quap or something parked down here, constantly shoving the lane, but it's actually Naga Siren getting some farm, not too far behind the Void, and actually buying some like carry-ish items. Well, Aquila, queued up.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually. We might see him Radiance if he can get to that type of farm. That's ways away. Got to give a shout out to Light of Heaven, the Shrine clicker that he is. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to catch out Young 11. The disruption save, is he going to be able to make it out of this? He's already used his wand. Mystic Flare will finish him off. Now the Kunkka, the Ghost Ship is coming in. That'll save him for now. Shadow Strike, they'll also get Spirit Lance on top of it. And the usage of the ultimate coming in from the Shadow Demon is enough. Now Diffusal will go into DDC. His mana getting burned. Jump in. They've got the Shadow Strike. Scream of Pain is available, or he might be in trouble. Blinking and getting pretty aggressively. Super taking a lot of harass. So is Monet now getting chased down by Paparazzi. They might lose both of his heroes, but Paparazzi's going to get turned on, and he's actually the one that goes down. Now Laughton and Fenrir trying to go toe-to-toe, or jumping back in. The stick charges won't be enough. Fenrir will get the triple kill, and now a killing spree as they will secure 4 out of the 5 kills on this enemy LFY team, and a great fight. The only thing that could have gone better is if they kept Paparazzi alive there at the end of it.
And now they've got this sick Luna illusion to push the tower. Everybody's got Lunar Blessing.
That's so hype.
Nice and easy. Actually, it's a very nice change for Shadow Demon in this one particular matchup.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Fenrir's done a great job this game, I would say. His Arcanes, his Windlace. Item-wise, it's not much, but the fact that he's had some really great disruptions, he has level 4 Shadow Poison now. I think Fenrir is showing that this hero, Shadow Demon, is not dead yet. Not dead at all.
Yeah, very good this game, like we've been saying. And I think just looking at the warding situation, you can tell that it's been Vici kind of way ahead in these last couple of fights. LFY haven't put together a successful smoke gank or anything to go and actually get some good vision down, and they're a little bit blind. So this is exactly what they're trying to do here. They want to go and find a pickoff, but even less, like the pickoff is less important than actually just going in and getting some wards down as a team and making sure that they have some vision and information. So see if they can get these 2 obs down for DDC.
Do they have the Chrono? They sure do. Inflame is ready for it. Time Walk, they'll find Fenrir instead. They won't need to use this time. Disruption comes out, X marks Torrent to follow. They have a Silence along with it, and he will tank the gank. No big deal. It is a killing spree taken by Inflame, as we just talked about. Now Inflame's starting to get some more farm. He actually finally eclipsed Young 11 by a wide margin as the Shadow Blade is almost done. And they'll try to go and push this tier 2 tower. I don't know if they'll be able to actually do anything with this, though.
I mean, still have Chronos, still have Eclipse. Vici looking eager to fight, but there is a really nice ward here, as you're pointing out, spotting all of these rotations through.
And Snare will hit. Chrono's still up. He's about to use it. Looking for it on 2. Rapella's out into Ori. Here comes the ghost ship. Rapella's about to end. Ori will make it away. DDC getting chased out on the other side. Paparazzi will chew him up with the diffusal blade, but he is in a lot of trouble. The Eclipse coming in. Sonic Wave hits onto 2 for more, but where's the follow-up? They need more damage. Young 11 looking for a purification. Torrent's going to come out. Will just narrowly miss. Ori saved by Super, but only for a moment longer. The Demonic Purge. Timber Chain finishes him off. It's 2 down, and now they're looking for more. Fenrir on the run. So too is Young 11. X marks. He'll repel himself. Can't get it off in time. Now will. Still taking a lot of damage, a lot of auto attacks. One more auto attack, and we'll do the job, Monet. It's 4 dead, and they might even get 5. They're looking for Fenrir. He's under the tower. I don't know if he can live through this. He has wand charges. Now looking instead, it looks like Fenrir's the one trying to go on in flame. The disruption will come in. He'll walk to the tier 3 tower. I don't think they can chase this. They get off the first hit bash. There's the time dilation, but he's up onto the high ground now. And that'll do it. LFY take an absolutely fantastic fight. For, Paparazzi dying in the beginning. They don't have any damage to follow up with if he's down. So that's huge.
Perfect Chrono. That was exactly what they needed. They caught the Naga Siren as well, so no song counter initiation. It didn't even get used at all in that entire fight, and they completely cleaned house. Even going to get this tier 2 as the bonus.
Speaking of song, but the tier 2's gone, so they're looking for Afu in the back lines. Ghost Ship will come in. Sleep's now about to be done. And Monet trying to man fight. Look at the damage. Lanham, he's going to get purified. We'll keep him alive for now. Monet finally gets dropped. Lanham's still going to get timber chained up and chewed by Super. Now the disruption coming in to save the life of another. They got Afu in the back line. Super completely out of mana, which makes it a lot harder to kill the man. But another Spirit Lance coming in. They have the Shadow Strike along with a Scream of Pain and a Purification. Will absolutely burn him up. And that's a 3-for-1 trade plus the tower, so they finally get a fight going back the other way for VG Gaming. Yeah, they lost Lana, but still a pretty good fight. In fact, all of that gold that they lost in that last fight is now back on their side.
Yeah, nice turnaround. Overall, lane position still ends up being quite good for LFY. So, looks like they shouldn't lose too much on the swing back. VG just going to be able to grab a bit more farm. In terms of, I'm just trying to look around and see if there's any big item timings that are about to get grabbed. Timber not too far away from his Bloodstone. It's probably the biggest one. Luna just heading in towards the Manta, but still going to take a while to grab that. And Phantom Lance are actually going to be going for a Blink Dagger here. So nice to have against the Void. Pretty good at getting in on the back lines, just killing off the Skywrath mage instantly. Oop, they found the Skywrath.
Yeah, he's mega dead. He silences the wrong one. Not that it would have mattered anyways. Young 11 came in and just blew him up with the Purification. By the way, speaking of Blink Dagger, he's got that queued up for Young 11, so a couple of blinks coming up for Vici. Also an important item I wanted to mention too is Fenrir has an Aether Lens. He actually had Kaya queued up for a while, but it is going to be the Aether Lens, which I thought he would have picked up anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they need too much more damage this game. I really like the new Aether Lens is probably even better on Shadow Demon than the old one. You don't really do that much damage as a hero, but the little bit of extra cast range is going to be very helpful. And to me, it just seems like Vici are equipping themselves as best as they possibly can against the Chronosphere. Multiple blinks, cast range items.
Well, speaking of which, yeah. He has GA. Torrent's going to come out, Ghost Ship. It might hit. I think he's dead. He gets off the repel. They need one more auto attack. They can't find it. Uh-oh, that's a pretty aggressive time walk there coming in from the Void. Now he needs to be careful. They're looking to finish it. Oh, the blink out in time from Young 11. Avoid Super as the Chakram came through. Another Purification. They're kiting him around. He misses the tree. They should have Sonic Wave, and they do. Now it comes out. He's in trouble. Blake, Scream of Pain. Or it gets the job done. A big kill to start it off. Now looking for more. Paparazzi, X mark back into the Torrent. Now Inflame jumping away instead of trying to fight this. On the other side, Yule Scepter. That'll catch Afu. Jumping into Zori. Now he's going to get that silenced up and the Mystic Flare. DDC is next. A double for Ori. Lanham and Snare back up in 5 seconds. Another time walking 2 for this Void. Not to mention he has Shadow Blade. Can they chase him down? Do they have detection? I don't think they do. Not on these two heroes anyway. There it goes. No Sentry or Dust to follow up. But already the damage has been done. 3 down. The only thing that was really going their way at all is because the Luna's top just farming. But really good fight there from VG Gaming base kip.
Oh, it's so unfortunate that they were just a bit too far away to make full use of that Chrono from the Void. If they drop the... I mean, if the boat Torrent just chain stun the Omni Knight, then they get that kill really cleanly. They never get dragged up onto the high ground, and things never devolve from there. But very nice play from Young 11, kind of baiting the Timber all the way into the fight, and then breaking his ankles. Super getting taken along for a little bit of a ride there. Luna's still farming really well, so do have to be a little bit afraid of Monet, but looks like Vici kind of finding their stride.
Yeah, I agree completely. They're really starting to make some room, get Paparazzi some farm. Like you mentioned, though, Monet is probably the biggest issue. Dragonlance, Mask Madness, when he gets Manta, it gets even harder to deal with him. And he'll go BKB after that item as well. So Monet, feeling probably pretty confident about what he can do. as long as he's in the fight and they have a chrono up. So that's something you need to keep in mind, right? And I don't know what you do to deal with the Luna, other than take a good fight.
Yeah, they do definitely have the burst for her. Ooh, look at this combo on Young 11.
Oh,
that was sick.
I missed it. I'm really sad. What happened?
So he was standing there. He got Lucent Beam. The Lucent Beam was like just enough for the torrent to go off. And then as the torrent went off, he got silenced. And at that point, he was just 100% dead.
Dunzo. Yeah, cool.
Didn't give him any opportunity to get the repel off.
That's pretty hype. And now they're feeling pretty strong. 30 seconds on the sideline. They want to take a tier 2. So get a kill, get an objective, and go from there. And I don't know if there's anything VG can do about this. There's a tier 2. They're not going to buy back for it. I think they have Glyph. I don't know if they'll even... it's actually not up yet for another 12 seconds. So easy tier 2 tower for LFY. And that's crazy what you can get done with just one kill. Monet, the Luna, the amount of pushing you could do with this hero, especially when you get Manta, is pretty damn strong.
Yeah, it's very, very powerful. They do still, of course, have to be wary of the fact that Shadow Demon can borrow a little bit of that power for himself. Chuck a disruption out and push things out the other way. Oh,
chrono into the silence. Do they have the Mystic Flare? It's on cooldown for another second, but that will not matter. They'll get it regardless. DDC still getting chased down. Paparazzi looking for that defusal. He'll use it, and he's going to get dropped and killed. Ghost Ship coming in. Paparazzi now in trouble, gets stunned up. They have the Timber Chain. Doppelganger, no. The song comes out first. There's Purification. They want to fight this. The Urn will come through as well. Ori down for 38. They're looking instead for Afu, who's going to get jumped on. Trying to TP, won't be able to make it away. Torrent's too little too late. But Paparazzi getting owned. They have to pop the GA. It will hit, but Paparazzi's still getting chased down. And in fact, he might get caught. Inflame coming in. A couple of auto attacks and the Lucid Beam will do the job there. It is a 2-for-2 trade. But again, Monet just so strong, ending the killing spree of Paparazzi and getting involved in that fight.
His blink was like half a second from being off cooldown, but LFY, all right. I guess the Chrono is still... They're still getting a ton of value out of Chrono, despite the fact that VG are spending all of this effort trying to itemize against it. But I do have to give Inflame some props for finding these kills. Not being afraid to use the solo Chronos either. I think that's very important for him this game. You know, if you can just get one pick off, it really enables your team to push and claim more map control.
Yeah.
So I like the way that he's playing on the Void. And even building into some damage at this point as well. Going to be going into a Manta. Yeah,
he's feeling pretty strong right now. Attack speed also helps from the Shadow Blade as well, plus the extra damage too. So Faceless Void feeling pretty good. Young 11 still only a little behind him. No Midas was picked up for Omni, which we saw a lot of at Dota Pit. He went for the 90 gold per minute anyways, along with the 90 damage. So he has some extra gold kicking in. And he's up to 3,100 down. You have to wonder, is this going to be the Radiance that we've seen a lot on this Omni Knight hero?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know what else he would necessarily go for. We've seen Ags a little bit, but I don't know if it's necessarily... It's not a guaranteed save against the Chrono or anything this game, right? There could still be a Mystic Flare getting dropped on somebody, something like that. It does seem to me that, or at least LFY's read, is that VG Gaming are switching gears to playing a much more split push oriented kind of style. And the Timbersaw, instead of going for the Shivas, which would have kind of been the teamfight item, is instead just queuing up some BOTs to try and deal with that. And I think it's a pretty good read. I think VG Gaming, after that last fight, realizing that, okay, maybe we still have to respect the LFY team fight for a bit, so maybe we should just play the split push and farm game for a bit.
Yeah, it makes sense. Until they can find a way to jump on Monet somehow, this is going to be tough. But he has BKB, which is a big issue. I mean, really, the only thing they could do is perhaps ensnare him. They can maybe take a song and fight him while his BKB's up. Might be the best opportunity, but he does so much damage at this point, and they don't do any real right-click. It could be a problem. Meanwhile, Chrono, oh no, Inflame. That's not what you want to see, buddy. Chrono's now down. The song will set this up, and they're going to jump and look for more. Paparazzi, the Sonic Wave, hits onto one. That'll be an immediate kill on the Kunkka. Mystic Flare on the other side. The Eclipse coming in, and Young 11 has to back. So does Fenrir. They need to kite. This is a full 10-second BKB duration for Monet. Now getting turned on. He's going to pop the Manta style. Chakram coming in. Super looking to man fight this Doppelganger away from Paparazzi. Now they've got the BKB down, and they're looking to go, but Paparazzi taking a lot of damage. Scream of pain. He'll fall. They can't get off the Purification in time. Monet and Ori going toe-to-toe. The Yule Scepter, the Urn, the Shadow Poison taking him down. Fenrir going to get the Glimmer Cape off. They don't have the detection. Now looking for more. Trying to find Young 11. It's a 3-for-1 trade. The Bashy needs GA. He's going to get it off. They bait it out. Beautifully done. LFY will lose 4. It's Super, the sole survivor, and he might get dropped. Lanham still getting low. He'll pop the illusions. Coming out still in trouble. Another Glimmer Cape. That Glimmer is doing some serious work, and Super's dropped down. Young 11 making plays left, right, and center. 5 dead on LFY, and VG Gaming What a beautiful play there with that team fight. And what a rough chrono, I will say, to start it off there for Inflame, Cameron.
Yeah, did we caster curse the shit out of Inflame?
I think so.
I think we may have. Oh no. With great power comes great responsibility, but LFY losing that team fight in spectacular fashion. We saw that the Luna is still very strong, still very scary, just stood there auto-attacking and did manage to, what, got the kill on Paparazzi, right? Yeah, we did manage to right-click down Paparazzi, so still at least a little bit of a turnaround. Timber caught again.
This is a death. Might need to deny himself. Can't get it off in time. Now down to 6 Bloodstone charges. Literally 2 minutes ago, he had 15. Now he is at 6. And all of a sudden, VG have found their rhythm. And they are pushing in bottom. They're pushing in top. They're even got Paparazzi split pushing like crazy. This is starting to look really good here.
Yeah, I'm starting to become more and more of a believer in this position for Naga Siren as well, having watched these series today. Oop, they want this Phantom Lancer.
Chrono's back up in 1. Paparazzi's dead, I think. Torrent comes out. The song, no, they're ready to fight again, maybe. They need everybody here. They don't have everybody yet. The Shadow Demon's not here. Paparazzi gonna jump away. There's the Orchid coming out. It'll find Coca, the Sonic Wave. Good Chronosphere. Young Eleven's in trouble. He might get caught and killed, and he will. And now the Void might need to be careful. Monet's BKB is gonna be done here in a moment. They've got the Demonic Purge elsewhere. Meanwhile, the Yule Scepter can keep Queen of Pain alive. On the other side, Fenrir trying to do what he can. Disruption coming in. He should drop here. Sticks up for now. Monet gonna get Orchided. There's gonna be the Scream of Pain. He's gonna fall again. Double kill for Ori. Getting bashed up though. They're losing everybody. LFY dropping. It's a triple kill for Ori, and all 5 dead. A mega kill spree for this Queen of Pain. And Vici Gaming show a great fight yet again. Another 5-man wipe coming out. Vici are owning right now.
Do those Shadow Demon illusions not count as Fenrir's damage? I'm looking at this fight recap, and he had those 2 Luna illusions chunking away at everybody towards the end of that fight, but no, Ori gets all the credit. Great fight from Vici. Even with the chrono going off, they win that pretty convincingly.
It hit on the Omni too. That was without anything from the Omni Knight at all, I think.
Yeah.
I think he got back at the end of the fight, but did he buy back or something? No. All right. That was a pretty hype engagement from Vici. They'll take Roshan. They'll take the Aegis. I believe that's the first rush of the game. They have the Spirit Vessel up for the LFY Naga as well. Or, excuse me, the Vici Naga as well for Lanham. Which means Purification is going to be that much better. Just solid overall in terms of a really good item in the game. I actually really like Spirit Vessel. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I really enjoy it. It's a good item.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's pretty well balanced in the sense that sometimes it's like, oh, I guess I don't really need it. You know, prefer to put the gold towards a Force Staff or something like that. But other situations are like, okay, yeah, this is good enough to get the Spirit Vessel. I do like that they changed it, that you get to carry over the charges. I think that was an important buff. Because initially you got 0 charges even if you had like 10 on your urn, which felt really bad.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling for sure. It's pretty funny stuff. Naga's gonna go Ags, which is interesting.
All right. Yeah, it's probably a good game for it, right? Heal everybody back up.
Yep.
Get that synergy with the Spirit Vessel. You chuck a Spirit Vessel on somebody, and then you use the song, and they'll just go
to full pretty much
right
instantly.
Up to full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be super quick.
Does it increase the duration too, or no? Of the song, I should say.
I don't think so, off the top of my head. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah, take a look. Take a look for me, buddy. Or in the top lane, potentially getting stalked by Inflame. He has the Chrono Earth already, and DDC is nearby as well. Orchid will come out. That'll hit up onto DDC, and he is in trouble. But the Chrono will come in and save him for now. The Silence coming out, and along with the Mystic Flare, he is going to get dropped. Song's too little too late, and they have no Ori now, and all of a sudden, this is looking pretty good. Still, Monet getting chased down. His BKB's done. They need a Spirit Lance or Diffusal. They're going to Spirit Lance and Diffuse him, and in fact, he will fall. Paparazzi, double kill for him, but here comes the Timbersaw doing a serious amount of work. Now he's getting chased down. He has the Aegis, by the way, on Paparazzi, so not too worried there. The other Disruption coming out, and now the Soul Catcher to follow as well. Jumping in and jumping out is going to be Inflame. And Snare now keeping him in place, holding him down. They're tying him up, and they absolutely slaughter him right there in front of the shrine. Nothing LFY can do. Again, they get Ori. That's fine. They lose everybody else. That's not fine. Good plays from Vici Gaming. And they're slowly but surely working the way and trying to finish this game, and getting the Tier 3 tower would be next on the list.
I thought these blinks from Vici were all about like potentially blinking out of a chrono or split pushing and avoiding stuff. It's not. These blinks are just so that they can get into the backlines and obliterate LFY's
yeah, Monet especially
control. Yeah, I mean, yeah, even the Luna just getting up in her face makes it very, very difficult for Monet to play.
And they're going to take another fight here. Super in trouble. Ghost Ship will keep him up and healthy for now. They have the urn ticking down on him. DDC. Paparazzi is diving at the tier 4. He blinks out and avoids any further damage, making so much space for his team. They will take a full set of Rax and Vici Gaming, showing why they were second at Dota Pit, showing why they're a strong team right now. Take the first set of Rax in this particular best-of-3 series, now with a 14K lead, and it's all coming up Millhouse here for them, Mr. Basecamp.
Yeah, showing exactly how, they had Liquid on the ropes. Let's say that, right? They were up 2 games in that grand final series, and definitely looking like the same team here. Just putting tons of pressure on LFY. Lots of great individual play. I think some very smart itemization overall as well. Even like the Omni-Knight build is a little bit unusual, but just kind of very team-oriented, knows what his role is. The Co-op and the Phantom Lancer do more than enough damage. He's just kind of there to make sure that people survive. He saw that last fight. He saw the Luna, or one of the fights in the mid-game. He saw the Luna just right-clicking everybody to death, and he's like, okay, how do I fix that?
How do I do this?
Guard. I'm going to buy a Shiva's. It reacts very nicely.
Yeah, I mean, again, Young 11, I keep singing his praises. I think it's important because he's been playing so well. But again, it's been a team effort for Vici. It's not just been Young 11. And not only him, but Fenrir with the saves as well. Disruptions have been really good. They were defensive for like the first half of the game. Recently, they've been more offensive than anything else. And now things get that much harder for LFY as they pick up the Aghanim Scepter for Song of the Siren, which doesn't change anything other than it regens 10% of their health per second, which is considerable over a 7-second span, 70%. So if you want to do the math anyway.
I really want to see this. I don't know if this Egg Scepter is actually going to really do anything. Vici are pretty far ahead. Feels very win more at this stage, but I do want to see it synergize up with the Spirit Vessel. We got Void still pushing a little bit at top, but they are actually on the prowl for him. Young 11 going to go for a sweep up here. And I like this movement as well from Vici. They push in bottom, and then they move across over to top, and it looks like the Co-op might be able to cut this wave. And with that, they kind of put an end to any of this split push and any of this pressure, but not actually just going to let the Omni-Knight deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know if she was concerned about heroes being there. Would have made sense. They don't have a ward in the lane or anything like that. They'll probably go together, take down any wards that they find as they have a gem now. Void is going to Shadow Blade. Paparazzi doesn't spot him. And Void doesn't have any help, so chronoing him would be a giant waste of time. But Roche Aegis was just expired. It was on Ori, I believe. No, it was on the PL, actually. By the way, he is a Scotty, so that's great.
Yeah, once he latches on now, there is no removing him. I mean, they didn't have really enough peel for him before.
Yeah.
This Phantom Lancer last pick has actually turned out to be very, very value for Vici in terms of soaking the Eclipse. He kind of forced out a not so impactful Timbersaw pick, I want to say, from LFY. Like, I don't really know if Super had a good laning stage. He kind of won his lane in terms of CS against the Queen of Pain, and then after that, I feel like he's just been bursted down a whole bunch.
Speaking of the Timbersaw, he's going to get caught. Can't force himself up to the high ground, or rather get forced to the high ground. Still has a Timber Chain to maybe get out of trouble. Paparazzi needs to be a little careful, but the Chrono is going to come in onto 2, and now they need more damage, but the Song, the counter initiation is going to be there. The Ghost Ship will hit, but look at the regen. It's nuts. It's insane. Don't even need to use the Spirit Vessel. GA comes out. Sonic Wave onto 3 from Ori. And this should be the beginning of the end, as Inflame should get jumped on here. I don't think they have detection. They actually have a gem, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Ori will find a double kill as GG is called. And Vici Gaming, very good last couple of minutes to this game. Absolutely outstanding play. And overall, really fun to watch as well.
Yeah, really good. I thought that they were going to... I said something about the Timber switching to the BOTs and maybe Vici switching to split pushing a bit. They kind of looked at the situation with their items and were like, no, we know we can win fights. We know that if we can just get any kind of counter initiation, be it a Song or a Repel or a Disruption, we know that we can actually take this. They went and took a couple of really good fights with some great execution, and from there just kind of snowballed the game out. I think LFY were in a similar situation where they were probably 1 or 2 winning team fights away from closing out the game, but the Void pick was so early, and I feel like Vici made Inflame's game really hard to play.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he had a tough top lane, and he came back and he had a couple of good Chronospheres there, but he had to catch so many heroes, I feel like, in the Chronosphere, like the Naga, like Young 11, like Fenrir, like you talked about. So, I mean, it was definitely a tough go for Inflame there. So, anyway, that'll do it for game number 1. LFY now down 0-1 in the series. It is the upper bracket, so it is double elimination if they do go down. Will they get 2-0'd? Probably not. I think this series is probably closer than a 2-0 victory for VG. But we'll see. It depends. A lot of it depends on the draft. A lot of it depends on the heroes for Captain's Draft. Obviously, there's only so many heroes you could pick and ban. And we'll see what it's going to be. VG Gaming now up 1-0 in this series against LFY. We'll take a quick break. And when we come back, game 2 is going to be right around the corner. Stick around, folks.
seconds remaining.
All right, everybody, welcome back into the Captain's Draft 4.0 Chinese qualifiers. I'm muted for some reason. I was muted. That's fine. We're back in it. We've got LFY versus VG Gaming here in this best of 3 series now, entering game 2. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And how you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, doing well. Looking forward to some more Dotes. Kind of hoping that LFY can pull it back. I'd like to see even more action here in this this BO3, and I do certainly think that they're capable of it. This draft is interesting. There is a anti-mage, there's a storm. The AM's made it through, in fact, so I don't know if there's a particular plan, though there is the Meepo.
Dude, there's so many crazy heroes in this game right now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
This is hype. I think we've seen this a few times. She did get nerfed in the last patch because she was really strong. I think she's probably still pretty strong. I think the cast range for that attack she does that's like super far that gives extra damage was really good, and then they changed it, and now it's a bit better because you could hit that from pretty far away. I don't know, man. This is a cool hero and everything, but it's just like I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, can LFY win with this? And where does it even go? Is it a support? I mean, I've heard it's played as a support or a mid. I've got so many questions, Cameron. I don't know what to do.
All right, I think so. Probably support or mid. I agree that Dark Willow is really good. She got a couple of minor nerfs in 707B, but not the worst necessarily. Cursed Crown cast range was reduced by 200, which does hurt a little bit. But to me, the biggest thing about Dark Willow is that she's got so much teamfight control, right? Got an AoE stun from Cursed Crown. The Bramble Maze, if you use it right, is incredibly difficult to move through. I think, to me, the closest spell I can think of is Pit of Malice from
That's
Underlord.
what I thought too.
Yeah, it's not even... Sometimes it's not even about getting the lockdown on a particular hero. It's just about controlling a space of the fight and preventing the enemy team moving through and isolating one guy on the other side. And that's even more powerful with Terrorize. Terrorize is such a crazy ability. The duration on the fear is so long. Depending on some parts of the map, you use it and it's almost a stun. You know, like the heroes don't really head in a useful direction because you're heading back towards your fountain. So maybe you're actually going sideways instead of back to a tower or something like that. But yeah, we'll see what she does in this game. I'm excited to see where she ends up in terms of the lane position. And VG Gamer just like, hey, look, there's 2 heroes that we picked last game. Let's pick them again.
If it ain't broke, man, VG Gaming are feeling confident, and LFY, I mean, honestly, we're not sure what we're going to see out of this Dark Willow. There was also a Pangolier, but it's been banned out. How do you even say it? I think that sounds right, Pangolier.
Yeah, I think Pangolier sounds right.
I could. Oh, Jesus. All right, that's an AM pick with the Sandy
Show me
on
the
top of
Meepo.
it. They might go for it. We'll see. I don't know. Do Vici play it that often? I haven't seen them play it before. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't think so. China in general does not show much love to Meepo. I think I was talking to Lumi about this at an event that we were at recently, and he was like, he was not impressed with the fact that China has not adopted Meepo as a hero. You know, maybe they think of it as gimmicky or something, but it has one of the best win rates by far against anti-mage. Puts on a lot of pressure early and solo kills the crap out of him at all stages. So could be something we see. I don't know what else Vici would look at here. Definitely do not want to pick Wraith King, and there aren't that many other like good burst physical damage heroes. Maybe they pick the Templar Assassin and then just try and grab some lockdown and use the TA to kill him, but
ooh, that'd be hype.
Curious what their answer is going to be. The Shadow Demon is annoying for anti-mage, that's for sure. You get disrupted, and then the Earthshaker comes in and stuns you, and you burn all your own mana. That's really annoying.
That's a good time. We'll see. I mean, Fenrir's going to have another big game, I think, here again. He had a really good game last time around. But this time they'll grab the Earthshaker to pair it up with him, so perhaps a bit better than what they picked last game. And it's an Alchemist, so we'll go in a different direction. I mean, still a pretty good hero in terms of maybe dealing with the AM or doing his own thing. So I'm totally fine with this.
Yeah, I think the Alk is good. Gonna be peaking, like it, you know, kind of matches anti-mage in terms of some item timing, so that's always good. What's the Ag Scepter situation like? Not too bad, in all honesty. Actually, the break on the Shadow Demon,
could be good.
Could be pretty damn good against this anti-mage, but LFY, alright, just gonna go for some more elusive heroes, let's say.
I like this, so you can get in the back line and take down the Shadow Demon so he can't get off those saves. Maybe even the Omni if you can get off an Orchid or something along those lines. I think it's a solid pick for LFY, and they don't have much to deal with him. Not really. Fisher, Unstable Concoction, that's about it. I mean,
the Shaker does have plenty of chain stun, but they've got a little bit of counter initiation of their own, a little bit of save with Tusk, so it should be fairly difficult to bring him down. I also like the Storm Spirit's laning matchup against the Alk since he has really good base armor. But it looks like maybe he's not going to be matched up against the Alk because VG Gaming going to come in here with the
Safe Lane Paparazzi. And I think I saw that too at Dota Pit. I'm pretty sure this is what happened. They decided, okay, we're going to send, not VG Gaming necessarily, but another team. I think they picked Alchemist. They sent it Safe Lane, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, you would like to get runes and matter runes and stuff like that, and you can still do that, but and levels, obviously. But I think Paparazzi in the Safe Lane is probably a pretty good idea. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's probably quite good. You're really close to the bounty runes now as well as the safe lane alchemist, so probably even more incentive to run him on the safe lane.
That's true. That's a good point, actually.
I just want to say this draft screen is a mess of particle effects and cosmetics. Like, just look at this. Everybody is glowing. Anti-Mage has like 4 different colors of particle effects. I mean,
Anti-Mage is Elden Storm Rage at this point, essentially. He's just straight out of World of Warcraft, essentially. But I mean, this isn't even the worst particle effect screen I've seen. There have been some bad ones. Like, it was like 2 games ago, I think, in the Newbies series that was just like, whoa. All right, can we relax? There's too much shit going on.
I guess the other thing this gives, there's lots of Goldens as well. I got the Shaker Golden, Shadow Demon Golden, Alex got his Midas Glove. But in terms of the draft, I feel like I like Vici a little bit more. Again, I'm picturing this Alchemist with the repel on him, and it just kind of going ballistic in these fights. I don't know if they can really deal with him all that well. I mean, even once the Anti-Mage gets Abyssal, I don't know if it's that straightforward to kill him off, but I also find it difficult to vote against the late game power of a Storm Spirit. Like, this hero just gets ridiculous once you get past a certain point. And the Anti-Mage and the Alk do both taper off a bit once they start getting like 5-6 slotted, right? Alk's gonna extend his usefulness this game a bit more with the Ags handouts, because I think almost every single one of their heroes is quite a good Ags candidate. But yeah, Storm, scary late game. Nope. What's up with the glyph?
Oops.
Whoops. I don't think it'll matter.
It shouldn't matter now.
Actually, it does matter. No, because it affects creeps now. So, like, you could, if you don't think you need your glyph in the first few minutes, you could mess up some guy. I know this is kind of a joke that people were talking about when they saw the patch note, but you can mess up somebody's CS
in the mid lane,
or push a tower more easily, right? You're like, oh, we don't need it for defending. We'll just try and take like a 3-minute tower or something. I don't think there's the heroes this game to do it, but it matters more than it used to. Let's say that much.
I agree. I think it shouldn't be a huge deal, but you're right. It could come into play. But LFY, I want to point out, this is an Inflamed Dark Willow. He's starting out with a Null Talisman, and he might get run at here. They have a ward which will scout this out, though, and I think they're also going to spot the fact that that ward was placed, potentially. I'm not sure. The line of vision that you're getting from this Radiant Ward is actually not that much, but we'll see. Paparazzi will take a rune. They'll grab one for Afu in the top lane. They'll go back and keep it for the Alchemist, so Paparazzi, no surprises, getting 2 bounty runes and then moving straight to bottom. And he's going to have some help with Fenrir nearby, along with Lanham also walking in. So the aggressive tri-lane for VG Gaming. And I don't know if LFY are ready for this. Inflame's playing the Dark Willow, so it's actually, he's got a null tally. Maybe he TP's top. I thought maybe he was like an offlane hero, and he still might be, but this is...
I don't know. Maybe they picked it. They're like, hey, DDC, do you play Dark Willow? It's like, nah. And then they asked Alpha, like, do you play Dark Willow? Not really. And Inflame puts his hand up. And
yeah, but he's a null tally.
It does look like he's kind of playing support this game, even though he has the null talisman.
Yeah, I've seen support heroes go null talisman for damage, and it works out a lot of the time. He's taking a lot, though. He's going to have to use his... God, I don't even know a lot of the spells. Shadow Realm. He's teleported to the Shadow Realm straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now he's going to get disrupted, but he's still fine.
Null Talisman coming back to bite him. The solution's getting a little bit of extra damage.
Got him.
Lots of harassment getting traded back and forth here. It is... So, Omni Knight versus Sand King 1v1 up top. I have to imagine that this is pretty darn good for the SK.
Yep. Caustic's going to be really nice. Already up to 8 last hits, and you're not wrong. It is great for Afu, who's a great Sand King player, by the way. And he's usually playing in the support role, and now he's getting a lot of room to work with in this top lane. So we'll see what he can accomplish. In the meantime, this aggressive tri-lane, so far only 3 CS for Paparazzi, 5 for the Anti-Mage. A lot of damage being dealt by the Dark Willow. And...
I appreciate the idea in trying to pressure...
Oh, my lord. Bramble Maze, his ownage. He doesn't walk into the next one, but he's able to make it through.
He just snuck through that in between the ice shards and the next Bramble. Not even done. Inflame's still just plinking away at
Yeah,
it.
he really is. Plinking is the correct word. They want the rune, too. They're going to make sure this Paparazzi Alc doesn't get it. And the Blink from Monet just to secure the other one. So, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, he'll die. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The tower, I think, hit him or something along those lines. Very close fight there. My bad,
Everybody
team.
is bounty rune crazy this patch. Like, I don't know. Putting them so much closer to the lanes has made everybody just that little bit more eager to completely ditch. And they're like, oh, I'm only going to miss like 1 or 2 CS. I'm sure it's fine. I can go grab this bounty rune.
It would be hype. Uh-oh, Fenrir Dark Brambled up. He's in trouble. Still able to make it through this time around without any further follow-up. I think the Disruption came out, which will save him. I think, did he try to use the Cursed Crown? No, he had Shadow Realm still. No Cursed Crown up yet. So, all right. Well, this is a good start, I think, for this Radiant team. They got first blood on the Storm Spirit. 10 last hits for him to Ori's 9, but there's a lot of denies going to the puck. I don't know. I feel like this aggressive tri lane's not really accomplishing much because you have an Alc. It's not really going to help.
Yeah. I appreciate the idea in trying to pressure the Anti-Mage early on, but I don't know if this is quite working out the way that they envisioned it.
Oh, those ice shards. Fenrir can't walk back in. Here comes the snowball underneath. They've got the Unstable Concoction. Disruption baiting it out. He used the Cursed Crown, I think, on a creep. DDC's taking a lot of damage. He's going to get auto-attack down, and that'll do more than enough. And Shadow Realm and Bramble Maze not enough there, unfortunately.
Oh, that was messy, to say the least. Nice play from Fenrir, just chilling under the tower. The Alc picking up the point in the concoction. Maybe a little bit unexpected for DDC there. Oh, they're not done.
Yeah, Paparazzi in a lot of trouble here. He's got Tangos. That's the only regen. Good Fisher block from Lonham, though. And that should do it. I've been calling, by the way, Shadow Realm the wrong ability. I keep saying Cursed Crown, but the Shadow Realm auto attack is important to call. There's going to be the drop down of the Acid Spray. Shadow Realm is available for Inflame if he wants to get out of here. He won't even need to use it for now. DDC, there's the Shadow Poison. Disruption, here we go. They're going to try to find this. Fisher comes out, not at the right time. He gets it off. The Snowball will come in. Unstable Concoction. 1 second, and he'll stun himself. Loser Orb coming in. They'll still get the kill. Ori rotating over. They maybe get this kill, but Ori just sticks up and survives with a double kill coming out. And somehow, VG Gaming turned that around and get it done beautifully.
Very nice. Afu, the haste rune here. Eager knows that the phase shift has been used. What are we gonna get? Now the orb also used.
Yeah, this is a problem. Ori doesn't jaunt away. Almost was able to there for a moment, but as soon as he sees the Sand King, it's trouble. Meanwhile, down bottom, they get off the Bramble Maze and Lonham just a couple of auto attacks away. In fact, the Shadow Realm should finish him off, and it will. Easy kill there. Even at level 1, it does 200 max damage if you can stay in the Shadow Realm forever. So, really good stuff coming in from the Dark Willow, who is a support hero, as you can see, and this is a great start for LFY, despite losing 2 heroes then just a couple of seconds ago, in fact.
Yep, pretty much winning all 3 lanes. Alchemist, the only one still among the top 4 net worth, and that's pretty much just because of Greevil's Greed, I think, at this stage. He's going to be going for a Battle Fury build this game, so kind of a more old-school Alc, I suppose. I guess the idea is the same as, you know, a lot of these farming heroes, these big farming position ones that we've been talking about for this patch. And it's also going to be a little bit easier for him to build up. I don't know what his overall build is going to be this game if he tries to get like a Shadow Blade and go for some more pickoffs. I get the feeling that because we see the Battle Fury, you're not going to see a Radiance. So
yeah, I would assume so too. That'd be extraordinarily greedy. But who knows? Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe something crazy happens and he gets like 1 million bounty runes and he just gets super farmed, but that's probably not the case. And again, he's missing out on experience too, so he could be up at more levels of whatever ability he wants, but it's just down bottom. They're putting so much emphasis on making sure he secures farm. By the way, Afu is just...
Are you watching Young 11 just punch Afu?
You'll get out of there eventually, buddy. You don't have Sandstorm. Oh, got the bounty rune.
Yeah, there you go.
Snagged, baby. But now the Sandstorm comes out. He literally just skilled it up. Meantime, Ori in trouble. Dreamquill might save him here. He's another loser orb. He's got phase shifted too. Jaunt away. He gets it off in time. Wow. he had to use a lot elsewhere. Afu.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Oh, he's moving now.
One more auto attack. Now the purification comes in, and that's more than enough to get the kill. So, all right.
I guess he's gonna get the second bouncer, and it's also Young 11.
He's rich, man. Easy.
He's gonna miss like one, 2 lane creeps. I guess probably 1 lane.
Paparazzi bottom lane. Unstable concoction about to go, and a good snowball save coming out. And now Paparazzi's gonna stun himself. Disruption just in time, I think. Bramble Maze is dropped, and that's gonna be a dead Paparazzi. Very good initiation, knowing that he was out of position. Or he rotates down, but too little, too late. Shadow Realm on cooldown for 10 seconds. I don't think that matters. I don't think Inflame's going to get caught either way. And that'll do it for that fight.
Well, the goal was to try and shut down this anti-mage, but I don't know if that's actually working out as he picks up that kill. So it looks like his Battle Fury is still going to be very timely. I guess the question comes back to whether or not the other 1v1s are doing well, and I guess the Storm maybe doing better than you would hope.
Disruption. Oh, man. Lanham getting juked by the Shadow Realm again. Now Monet's in. No Mana Void is on level 5. Needs to be careful. They still get this kill on Dark Willow. Maybe. Yeah, Bramble Mason won't save him this time. And still get the kill.
Alright, so Alchemist is just switching over to top. Looks like they've decided that this aggro tri-lane is done. And they're just going to be setting up Alc up here, which does mean that I think the Sand King probably has an easier time against the Alc than he does against the Omni Knight. It could be a very timely blink for Afu, and I guess we'll just have to see after that what kind of work he can get done with it.
LFY doing really well with the Sand King. He's getting to his blink. Super is crushing Ori at this point. Now Super's got a haste rune, and you need to be real careful if you're VG Gaming. And Ori needs some space to work with in order to get back farm. Paparazzi might be dead here. Yeah, I think he's dead. He has no chemical rage. He's almost 6. He has to run. Now the burrow comes out. Ball lightning and an auto attack, and unstable concoction will not be able to save him nearly in time. And that's a second death in a few minutes here for Paparazzi, so that's problematic for sure.
Yeah, and look at Super. Not going to be going for a Soul Ring, just straight rushing a Kaya.
Yep.
Which, interested to see how this works out. I definitely think this item is really good on Storm.
Yep.
Especially since they changed the way that mana cost reduction works, that it affects all of the travel time on Ball Lightning, or all of the travel cost on Ball Lightning, not just the initial activation.
Yeah, it's really good. An Arcane Rune's going to help out a lot for the Storm.
Yep, that one clip with Miracle, just like, oh, hey, look, I basically don't have to spend any mana at all to cast Ball Lightning as far as I want.
It's pretty hype. Yeah, Kaya's pretty good in that regard. Dreamcoil comes out mid onto Afu. I think they were trying to set something up, but that was underneath the enemy tier 1 tower, so I'm not sure. Maybe Ori was getting gone on. I have no idea what happened, but Super will just take his time to finish the top tier 1 tower. There's absolutely nothing they can do. And in the meantime, the AM continues to farm up a Storm. And so far, so good for LFY. It's a 5-6 kill score. No advantage there, but they have a slight lead in money by maybe about 50 gold. So it's actually pretty much even.
But there is an Alchemist on the other side, right? So we always have to bring up the Alchemist argument that if you have an Alchemist on your team, you should probably be ahead.
Way more, yeah.
In terms of net worth.
Yeah, he wants to be the top of the net worth. He's not even there. Now Super's going to find even more gold. Although Fenrir will stick himself up. He will get dropped down. I think he missed the 3rd Shadow Poison. They will turn a 1-for-1 because elsewhere they get the AM. Now they're looking for Super, who's out of mana. Young 11 is going off right now in that bottom lane, and I can't watch because I want to see Super if he makes it out or not. He has wand charges. They need another Fisher. They have Enchant Totem. Super, there's the Soul Ring. They're going to use it. Now Burrow coming out. The jaunt through. They missed the Waiting Rift onto Super. The Dream Coil popped. This is troublesome. Epicenter getting channeled. They want Super. They'll find it, but it's going to be a trade. 1-for-1. Afu getting it done with the Epicenter. Now he might go for another play with a Burrow Strike up onto Paparazzi. Good Ice Shards. They need the Shrine. They'll get there, and that should be more than enough. Chemical Rage is back up at 18 seconds. And finally, the menace that is Super in this Dota game is going to be taken out by VG Gaming.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know what happened with Young 11 down on the bottom side, unfortunately. But picking up some kills, putting on some more pressure for Vici. And with that, the net worth actually going to start looking a lot better for Vici across the board. Young 11 picking up some more farm. Ori catching back up somewhat towards the Storm, only a 600 gold gap at this point, and already 600 gold worth of progress towards his blink after completing the Veil.
All right. Do you speak Chinese?
No.
All right, hold on. Let me figure this out. No, that's not German. Definitely not German. Means wait. Got it.
All right. Nice.
We figured it out, guys. This is what technology can do for us here.
Detective Mott on the case.
Yeah, I'm really, I like going in deep. I like getting my head into a good case here. And this is actually, we'll wait things out. I think there's probably some lag issues or something along those lines. Who knows? And thankfully, I'm not the only one lagging tonight, despite the issues I've had earlier. I think we're probably good to go. I don't want to jinx this, actually, so I'm going to knock on wood. But
well, your voice hasn't cut out on TeamSpeak for a bit. So
it's a good sign, my friend. It's a very good sign. Let me ask you about the Dark Willow. I don't think Inflame has been a part of too much, but given this limited scope and time in the game, how has the Dark Willow impacted you? What do you think about it? What are your general impressions about the hero, or rather the hero in this game for now?
The level 1 numbers on its abilities seem quite strong. Like I think the Dark Willow was a big reason why the VG tri-lane kind of failed in the way that it did. I guess they just didn't expect that Dark Willow was going to do as much harassment with just a Null Talisman, and then with only 1 point in Bramble Maze and Shadow Realm really contributed a lot to a lot of the early pressure that they had going on. So I think that's the biggest thing. Of course, part of that is also that Vici probably haven't played against a Dark... One, tri-lane versus tri-lane doesn't happen very much, and two, Dark Willow is a completely new hero. So I would hazard a guess that Vici have not played against Dark Willow at all in a tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario, and they got kind of caught by surprise with how good it was in terms of those early levels. And I think she's still gonna scale okay in terms of her impact in this game. So looking forward to seeing it.
I'm excited to see what you could do late game, even as a support. We haven't seen Terrorize or Bedlam yet, which are the ultimates available for Dark Willow. People get confused. They're both ultimates. They're just two different ultimates. So and you can't use both at the same time. It's important to know.
Yeah, you can't use one while the other is active.
Exactly.
Yeah, she does have pretty... I mean, because she's got 5 active abilities, you do actually need quite a bit of mana regen and whatnot on this hero to keep spamming everything.
She only
mitigated a little bit.
500 mana at level 4, so that's a little rough, but...
Yeah. I mean, they're relatively long cooldowns, so you're not spamming them a ton. So just beefing up your mana pool is kind of enough. I think you can kind of play like Skywrath Mage, probably, where you're like, okay, I cast all my spells in the fight, then I back off and go and regen. But I guess Bedlam's not going to do much this game, probably. Support, you're not really going to be running in and doing any damage to anybody. It helps you push waves and secure a little bit more farm. But I guess it's mostly about the Bramble Maze and the Terrorize. And maybe Cursed Crown. But Vici will probably have some ways to dodge and dispel that this game.
Yeah, that's an interesting ability, actually. I'm curious to see how it's going to work in a pro game. Right now,
the living bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Right now we're waiting. I think LFY are asking for 5 minutes. Ooh, I accidentally typed something in, I think. But it says no one here heard me, which is good. Who paused LFY, right? Yeah, they did. Okay, so it sounds like we're just waiting for a couple minutes here. One thing we haven't really talked about is this AM. Like, usually when an AM is in a game, especially a game that I'm casting, I tend to focus on it a lot and keep kind of mentioning it because of how important the hero is. And Monet, he's done a pretty good job, but he's actually pretty low in net worth, all things considered. Maybe that's just because everybody else is high net worth, but it feels like he's still a little ways away. He is actually getting close to his Battle Fury. He's like, I don't know, 2,000 away, something like that, 2,200. So... I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I think Monet will probably come online and all of a sudden just start crushing, but we don't know. We'll figure it out here in a bit.
Yeah, at the very least, the Storm and the SK are doing really well, so I think they should be able to make enough space for Anti-Mage to really come online. Because you're right. Normally, when you have an Anti-Mage in a game, it's kind of all about Anti-Mage. If he gets shut down, then you can potentially lose the game before he ever comes online. And if he's having a really good game, then his team just plays around him and wins pretty easily in a lot of situations. But hasn't really been the big story of this game so far. I feel like it's really been the Dark Willow at bottom. You're just going to Shadow Realm and TP out.
Yeah, nice. Good stuff for him. Do you see this ping, by the way, right here? The Afu one.
Yeah.
That's really, I haven't seen that yet, and that's really strange to witness. But I wonder if it's gonna keep doing that throughout the entire game because it's just this giant red eye blinking right now on the minimap anyway.
It stopped for me.
Oh, minimap is still going like maybe for crazy. It's yeah.
That's no good.
That's just, I almost want to reconnect. It's not that annoying right now. Oh, it's going away finally. All right, good. I thought it was gonna last forever. I was really concerned there for a moment.
It's pretty cool. It shows that he knows that there's a ward there. And it gives us that little bit of extra information as opposed to just using the conventional ping. And the LFY, alright, they want to keep using this SK blink to full effect. They're going to try and find somebody. And they need like a huge zip.
Paparazzi's so close to his Battle Fury. If they could kill him, it would be perfect, but he's already TPing out down towards this bottom stack. So he's going to take this instead. And actually has his Battle Fury already.
Bounty rune.
Only he could get the third one across the map. But they're invading his jungle. Smart play from him to get out of dodge. That was a bit sketchy. But this will push in the top tier 2 tower, or rather, push the wave into the top 2 tower. And now they're going to move towards mid and have Super look for this tier 1. The glyph will come out. He uses Kaya and a Regeneron, which is probably not fair. But
yeah, probably not.
He will back up.
Paparazzi trying to clear this stack. Is he going to get it? He's got that little bit of extra Battle Fury cleave range that they added. So helping to clear them out as they path backwards, and looks like he will be able to clean it up.
Yeah, he's actually doing a fair amount of damage for an Alc at this stage of the game. I mean, I guess Battle Fury does give you a fair bit, so good stuff from him. And that is a giant stack cleared, and now he's where he should be in the net worth. When you have an Alchemist in the game, you need to be at least 2 to 3K ahead of the next closest person, and that's exactly where he's at right now. And we'll see if he can't find any more a little bit later into the game.
Yeah, I mean, they got mad stacks for him. He's getting a ton of gold from all of this, clearing all of these creeps, all these creep camps right after each other. Oh, they are looking for this Dark Willow.
Good try.
They did get it.
The Shadow Realm TP was very close, but more than enough damage with Worry and Young 11. So, and the Purification came out right at the end of it, able to get the kill. Very nicely done. I like the idea though of him just like split pushing and then Shadow Realming TP. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty annoying. I mean, Anti-Mage is still just farming. Monet gonna have his B-Fury in a bit, but still, I would say that this is a slow timing for Anti-Mage, this patch.
I would agree.
Right? He's only got 1,700 towards his Demon Edge.
Yeah, he's not even there yet, which is interesting. I mean, we talked about this earlier, and I think the first series we talked about, I think it was Mugi had like a Battle Fury timing of like 12 minutes or something like that, and we were talking about, okay, well, it's less money now, but it still is really good to get it early, and it also gives you so much gold in terms of when you can get into the lanes, give you a lot of farm. Meanwhile, he could probably find where he is only level 1 Mana Void, so I don't think he could do enough to kill him. In fact, he's just going to blink out. Meanwhile, mid, Echo Slam comes out. Enchant Totem, they're going to find this Dark Willow, and they're going to grab the kill. Even with him being in Shadow Realm, more than enough. But Blink Burrow, Epicenter, Afu, this could be good. Now they're going to jump in with Super Ball Lightning. They're looking for the Earthshaker. He's in trouble. He's going to get dropped down. Young 11 might be next. Ice Shard's hitting nicely, but they won't chase any further. They're a bit worried for now. Afu can go back in. He's got Repel up in 2 seconds, and that should end it. I don't think they're going to go any further. Okay. I like it. A good trade.
I wonder if this Anti-Mage's farm is the way that it is because they lost the tier 1 bot so early. Because it just feels, I can't really figure out exactly why his farm is so middling. It does kind of look like he's
he died. Remember, he died once before. I know it's only once, but he died to the, I think it was Young 11.
Yeah, I guess it must just be that he's not really getting the premium farm.
Oh, man. Speaking of which, Young 11 in trouble. Terrorize came out. I think it missed completely, actually. Young 11's repelled up, and here comes the Unstable Concoction. Super's a little bit low on mana. He's got Kaya, though. The Bramble Maid's going to try to save him for now, and it will. On the other side, Afu burrows up. Good Purification on Defender. Here comes Zori. Dreamcoil only onto 1 for now. They'll take 2 kills. It is going to be both the Dark Willow and the Sand King down. And all of a sudden, as the siren blares by, it's a tier 1 tower taken by VG. I hope everybody's okay there, Cameron. Hope you guys are all right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. It's just I'm right here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right near a fairly big road. I think. Oh. All right, we're good. We're good.
You're good. Easy.
All right. So they get the building. They're putting on plenty of pressure. Still waiting on this Anti-Mage to do something. Afu has been surprisingly unsuccessful with his blink, I have to say, since he's picked it up. Oh.
More punch on a young 11 just to make sure he gets our ass. You're right. I don't think it's any fault of Afu, though. I think a lot of it is maybe follow-up. I hate like that good two-man burrow strike. Maybe he could do more. I'm not sure. They're going to find Earthshaker. He actually, if he had a blink, he could survive, but he doesn't. Super will secure the kill. Nicely done.
Yep. Just going to be picking up the Orchid up next. Like very helpful for pickoffs this game, but VG are on the prowl.
2. This is huge. Unstable concoction. They have the sentry. The stun will come out. Dream Coil hits up the Waning Rift as well. Super getting dropped. Not dead yet. Breaks the coil, but of course with the ball lightning, he's pretty much invulnerable. Gets out. Oh, the Shadow Poison's not going to be enough. Very close to death. Bramble Maze. They have no ultimate for another 2 seconds. Terrorize is coming out. They'll take a kill into Afu. Now they're trying to turn. There's the Shadow Realm. More poison flying in. Shadow Poison versus Shadow Realm. Who's going to win? Looks like the Dark Willow for now. And a 1-for-1 trade, but again, it's Afu getting dropped, and I think it was the trade for, I believe, the Shadow Demon, or excuse me, the Earthshaker.
Yeah, the Shaker a little bit earlier. But Lamb back to farming. Looks like his blink is going to take him a while to grab this game, but VG just kind of running it. Look at the young 11
my God.
The tower. He's just running down in flames.
What are you going to do, Dark Willow, without your Shadow Realm, huh? Nothing. That's what young 11 is saying at this point. But so far, the experiment with the hero unsuccessful. But again, they're fighting 4 versus 5. The AM has got his Battle Fury. The big issue, of course, is that this Alchemist is rich. A lot of this AK lead is coming from said Alchemist. This lead should not be nearly as big if it was any other hero, I'm pretty sure. So that's at least something to keep in mind for LFY.
Yeah, but Omni Knight's still more farmed than AM. Actually, young 11 has 5k gold.
Yeah, he's about to buy a Radiance.
What on earth are... Well, we said Alka wasn't going to get the Radiance, so Omni Knight has sensed an opportunity, and young 11 is gonna jump on that one. I'm wondering if part of the problem this game for LFY is that they had this role swap because of the Dark Willow pick. It just feels like something is off. If you compare this game to how they played in the previous game, they just seem to be... They're getting pressured all the time. Their wards, not necessarily in weird places at all, but it feels like VG are just making such... They're making such effortless ganks, and then they're dodging LFY's ganks so effortlessly as well.
It feels like newbie in game, I think it was 2 of that series, last series. Just kind of how they were moving around the map and positioning themselves versus what VG.J were doing. But maybe they can get something going here. They need a jump. They have Orchid now. This is where things might change. Now the Radiance comes out for the young 11 Omni Knight, though, and that's a bit disconcerting, as we talked about. And Ori has his blink. They have a 10k lead. And sure enough, like you mentioned, Paparazzi is going to be going for the Shadow Blade. And they're going to try to find something with it here, along with Fenrir and Lanham lining up and heading down into this top lane.
They want young 11.
Yeah, they're going to go. There's the Orchid. Silence comes out in time. The Burrow Strike, he's still pretty tanky. Radiant Spurn won't save him this time. No misses, but they're going to wrap in.
Around.
This is a 4 versus 5. Good Fisher. Echo Slam hits onto 1, maybe 2. The Terrorize is about to come out. That's huge. And now Fenrir in trouble. He's going to get dropped down 2 dead. Dreamcoil on the other side of the fight, but Paparazzi's in with him there. They need to be careful. Dark Willow coming out. Still doing a lot of damage. It's a double kill for Super, and they're trying to find more. Although, again, you need to be careful as this Dark Willow. No Shadow Realm for 7. Waning Rift comes out. It's a double kill for Ori. A dominating spree. A 3-for-2 trade at the end of it. And actually not that bad, all things considered, for LFY. In fact, really good. Now they're going to find maybe a 4th. Orchid comes in, and now Paparazzi with no Chemical Rage. He's going to get Mana Voided. No, he gets dropped down without it, and Super secures the kill. It'll be the Soul Burn that drops him from the Orchid Malevolence itself. And that is going to be a lot of gold. We saw like 1,800 exchange to then another 1,000 after killing the Alchemist. And that is probably the best start to a fight they could have gotten. The fact that VG fight without all 11 is not that great.
Yeah, and just really nice from the Dark Willow completely destroying the 2 supports as they tried to get that wraparound. Another jump on young 11, but this time around...
He's got Repel, baby. Super.
It just punches down Super.
Yeah.
That 90 damage talent.
It's really good. Really strong. He also has the 90 gold per minute. The Radiance is kicking in. It's going to help him with farming as well. The AM, though, I mean, we were talking about it. He needed a bit more farm. He's now ahead of young 11 and working on his Manta style along with an Aghanim Scepter, which is going to make things a lot harder here for VG Gaming in terms of taking him down. But they'll have Waning Rift to Dream Coil, so they can still do it.
Yeah, this has been a lot more like it. Once the second that Monet got his Battle Fury picked up, game started to look a little bit more reasonable for him. He's hitting the item timings pretty nicely. Like you're saying, still a little bit behind the Alk, but to be expected. And I feel like this is still a pretty good anti-mage game, right? Once he gets his items, like you're saying, going to be hard to lock down. There's still some AoE disables, so he does have to be a little bit careful about that, and can't 100% rely on the spell shield talent as well, since like we said, we can get the Ags on the Shadow Demon coming out a little bit later on. But at least looking better than he was in the early game.
Really? They found him? That's pretty not good. Shadow Realm will keep him up for now, but Shadow Poison should catch him here. They're going to ping him out. They know he's there. Another Shadow Poison will hit. This is a dead Dark Willow. Fisher will hit Illusory and an Unstable Concoction, not even needed. So Dark Willow gets dropped again. In the meantime, Monet will split push and go for a tier 1 mid. Can they go for the tier 2 top? Will they even try? It's full HP. They're going to rotate back mid. By the way, Roche hasn't been taken this game, which might be something to consider if you're either of these teams.
Yeah, LFY would love it on their Storm, but they are garbage at taking Roshan.
Yeah.
Like, don't take it very quickly at all. VG can potentially do it, right? They got the Acid Spray, they got the AC, and
And they go.
There you go.
Young 11 does a lot of damage already. With some help, he does quite a bit. Now Paparazzi, even without Chemical Rage. This is faster than I would have anticipated them doing, and I think probably you as well, because this is crazy how fast it is.
Yeah, this is actually very quick. The right-click damage from the Omni Knight, very, very potent. And LFY just kind of sitting around. Looks like they don't really have a good sense of what's going on. If you switch it over to their vision, they've only got this one kind of random Observer Ward sitting over towards mid, so they don't know if there's a gank happening. They're just trying to protect their anti-mage as best they can. And with that, VG Gaming claim a very easy Aegis on this Alk.
Yeah, for sure. He's got plenty of auto attack damage as well, so if they want to fight, they can try. And his rune up for Young 11, walks through. There's an Observer Ward and a Sentry nearby. Dark Willow is about to get caught. Shadow Realm comes in again. He'll go for the TP. They have Dream Coil. They'll use it. Now that's down, but they'll still be able to secure it. And he gets dropped. In the meantime, on the other side, Super Ball Lightnings and pushes in this wave towards the Tier 1 tower. So a lot of gold saved up here for LFY in these towers if they can drop them down, but easier said than done against this Vici lineup. That was a great Ice Shard, actually, from the Tusk mid. That was really nice. Anyway.
Vici are being very, very stubborn about giving away these Tier 1 towers, and I think it's actually a really good idea. You know, they're not even really willing to trade a Tier 1 for a Tier 2, since they know that giving the AM and the Storm extra space is going to be bad.
They're going to find poor DDC. Won't use the Shrine, which that's good. If you did that, that would make a pretty big waste. And they'll try to find maybe a Tier 2 now for Vici, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable play. They do still want to play the lane control game. I guess it depends on whether or not they have enough TPs up to try and defend this bot. They're going to TP somebody. It's actually just the Shadow Demon, but he'll end up canceling. A little bit too quick for Anti-Mage with the backdoor.
Yeah, easy Tier 1 take. And they're moving into the Tier 2. Young 11's going to get hit by the tower once. In the meantime, mid lane, Ori's doing some work. Got to clear out the creep wave as well. And now you really got to consider backing up if you're LFY, and they're going to do just that. Monet can just take this Tier 1 tower. No backdoor protection on it, obviously. Glyph will come out for now, though. And this is interesting.
Yeah, unfortunately, Anti-Mage can't really commit to the split push at bottom because he just used his TP, and there is the potential threat of Vici going underground.
Dream Coil. They need a Waning Rift. They're going to find it. He's going to Manta out of it and blink away. There's the coil break. They need more. And he does blink to the south, and we'll make it out. So the Manta Style just in time there to make sure he survives. But Tusk will not as Paparazzi comes in. Just blows him away with his auto attack. Can they find any more? They need some sort of initiation. They need the Surge Shaker. Super jumps all the way back to the Tier 2 tower. And Dark Willow is on the run, and he really doesn't want to die again because you've already died 10 times. 10 of your team's 21 kills is not very good. But Young 11's still a ways away from catching up to him. By the way, it's 3,700 gold on this freaking hero. Buy your blink, dude. You can't even buy it. I don't think so. Oh, well. Ball Lightning, Paparazzi's going to lose his Aegis potentially. Fisher coming out. Waning Rift comes in. There's the Echo Slam, and Paparazzi baiting a super death, and he's still alive somehow. The Disruption comes out just in time. Good Monet Mana Void, not enough. Now they'll take that Aegis. There's going to be the Demonic Purge. That'll be up under the AM. Bramble Maze is still up for a moment longer. Paparazzi has Chemical Rage. He'll pop it off, and here we go. Another silence coming out of Monet. Getting chased down. Fisher will hit up. He needs to get saved, and it will come from the Tusk as well. The Snowball keeps him alive just long enough to make it through a TP. They will take the Tier 2 tower in the meantime for Vici. and potentially look for more. Epicenter on the back lines. Afu uses it, and I think he just wanted to get away. He couldn't find anybody. Now he's going to get caught. Waning Rift comes out as the Sandstorm hits, but he heads the opposite direction of the Fissure. Another enchant totem will fall up, and it's going to be Doodad on the side of LFY. And in the meantime, Paparazzi and Young 11 going to work on this tier 3. Need to be careful. No Chemical Rage available. They have another attack coming in. Monet's here looking for Young 11. Repel will come out. There's the buyback. Sand King trying to make something happen here. The tier 3 will drop. Now VG have to back away together as a team. They will do so. I don't think they're going to get caught here. I believe they should make it out. And
I think Afu...
good stuff.
Yeah, I think they're fine. I think Afu wanted to try and get a jump into the backlines of Vici and then have the Storm buyback at the same second and zip in and get like 2 kills, but just couldn't quite find a good target. I think probably just didn't have very much vision over Vici as they were pushing forward, since there wasn't anybody still really hanging around on the mid lane. But that's really tough for LFY. Buyback used, pretty messy fight, tier 3 down, so they're going to lose their shrines at this point. Lots of map control about to be lost. Anti-Mage does almost have his Ags, but I don't know if that's going to give him the opportunity to just like stand and man fight. I'm wondering if he should just go for BKB, but
that
also doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah, he's got to do something. Right now, he's getting pretty far. Well, he's still the top net worth other than Alk. And the anti-mage. Waning Rift coming in. Dark Willow getting chased down now. TP. No. Bramble mazes it up. And Ori doesn't want to chase him further.
Arcane Ring Puck. Watch out.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with that. They're going to just back. Okay, I mean, 20k lead. Again, a lot of this is coming from that Alchemist. Speaking of which, he's looking for Afu. And they don't have detection. They finally... Oh, my God. That was a sick blink coming in. They'll still probably find Tusk, though. His snowball gets Waning Rifted. And he drops the ward before dying. They'll drop sentries immediately. Did they get the one on the high ground, maybe? I don't think a lot of... Oh, the courier will spot it. Easy. Well, then.
Easy 150 melee range.
What a classic this has turned out to be for VG Gaming. 21k lead. Monet has a DD, and that might be... No. It's super unsteady as it bottled up now. And we'll see. We'll see what comes up this DD rune of super jumping in. He hasn't really done much a lot in these past couple of minutes, and they need to find something as Paparazzi's repelled and moving up to the high ground. No reason for them to push too far on Stable Concoction. Maybe they try to find something now. There's a sentry, though, and he's just going to stun himself. They've got Purification. He's going to maybe get jumped on Super Ball Lightning, but with a different direction. Shadow Realm coming out. Now the Orchid to follow up on the Alchemist as well. Link Burrow coming in. They want this kill. Jump in, Dream Coil, counter initiation. The Repel comes out. Plenty of damage. He's got the Chemical Rage to heal up with and regenerating like crazy. And they're going to drop this Rax on Stable Concoction. The Shadow Realm, he has to BKB it off. Paparazzi doesn't want to have to use it. Rather get stunned as he's up on the high ground now, which should have been dangerous. And there it goes. They can't deal with the BKB at Alchemist. He just destroys the buildings, and they back up. They've checked off the list. Nicely done.
Young 11 still just standing there at the entrance to the base. Not worried at all. Knows that this team has his back with the counter initiation from the Shaker and the Puck. But yeah, they, like you said, they just can't really deal with the Alk at all. Probably come down here, grab the secondary shrine, extend this lead even further. And I'm still feeling like the big problem for LFY is probably that they've got their position 5 player playing 4, they've got their position 4 player playing 3, and they've got their position 3 player playing 5. And it just seems so discombobulated.
Yeah, it's definitely jumbled. Afu has done what he could. Now he's going to get killed. So much for that. Purification, Unstable Concoction, dominating spree for Paparazzi. And it's a bit of a rough game, for sure. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Like this is an unusually bad game, I think, for Afu. But there is a big difference between playing a hero position 3 and playing position 4. In position 3, a lot of your responsibilities are going to be running around, pushing out lanes, kind of creating pressure on the map to create vision, and that's not really the situation as much for Plus 4. Yeah, they jump on Puck down here bottom, but people can't really do anything to him, I don't think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're taking the tier 3 elsewhere. Paparazzi gets Bramble mazed up. He will Shadow Blade. They have sentries drop down. Chemical Rage still going, plus BKB. He's got it back up in 30 seconds. LFY will take down the ward that was up on the high ground, which, of course, the sentry will help with that. So another building. Now they're looking for an Orchid, but they actually just zipped too far behind the Storm. And now the Disruption will come in. Terrorize comes out, not in time. Super gets blown away. Good Terrorize, but still not going to help. Demonic Purge coming in. Now Mode's going to get caught. He'll break the Link, and he's going to jump right into the base just to stay alive. Lonham, he's ready to go with his Echo Slam. He's got Blink as well. Unstable Concoction stunning up the Alk once more. And VG Gaming are just backing up for now, just staying together as a squad. There's no reason for them to get caught. Roshan's back up in 3 seconds, and with that, that means you could just go run in there, take Aegis, and cheese, and perhaps just win the game.
Yeah, they've got... I'd like to see a few more wards up from VG, but even without that, they've still got absolutely crushing map control. I think some wards in a gem would really put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, for
LFY.
sure.
Like, item progression is just completely stalled out. Super's not really solo killing anybody in these fights.
No, he wants to be doing a lot more, but it's just so tough, this game. Nah, they're all playing together first and foremost. And he can't really kill the Puck, who's been split pushing. And now they don't even need to go Roche. It looks like they're just going to go, oh, the Courier might be killed. No, I thought maybe the AM saw it, but he's just going to blink away. But in the meantime, there is backdoor protection for a moment. It is going to regen, so...
Alex just standing in their base.
He's about to get stunned. It's, what is it, Cursed Crown?
Yeah.
So
just showing how little he cares by punching the Rex while there's still backdoor regen.
God, this is even without the level 25 talent. He's plenty of attack speed. AC Butterfly, pretty good at that, I've heard. Silver Edge too. There's the Puck level 20 talent, the Illusory move speed. Another Cursed Crown to come out, but Paparazzi will get repelled, and that's 2 racks, and this game just feels like it's ending here pretty soon. There's not much else LFY can do. Dreamcoil hits into 3. Nicely done. The Waning Rift still going. Now they'll buy back. Good Burrow Strike coming out. Mana Void. They want the skill. The Disruption save is there. Afu's going to get dropped. And he is donezo. A triple kill for Paparazzi. DDC is next. Only 2 survivors. It's going to be Monet and Super. And what can they do? Not much. GG is called in VG Gaming. And they've got a date for a rematch. Newbie versus VG will be not tomorrow, excuse me. Later on, as CN qualifiers get back into the swing of things, but a very good play from VG Gaming here in this best of 3 series, Cameron.
Yeah, both Newbie and VG just looking so great. I'm so hyped for that matchup. But I mean, LFY, I feel like there was some. They played really well. Game 1, I think game 2, kind of stumbled all over themselves. It's even similar to what happened to VG.J. I think they kind of outdrafted themselves in some ways. They were like, ooh, Dark Willow, we can, this hero is new, this hero is pretty good, let's try it out. And VG, they were the complete opposite. They're like, oh yeah, we won last game with Shadow Demon Omni Knight. Guess what we're going to pick first too? Shadow Demon Omni Knight. It was, not too many frills, some pretty solid play, and just looking great. And like you said, LFY, not done just yet. There's still the lower bracket, of course, so the opportunity to maybe adjust a little bit, get more used to Captain's Draft, get more used to the new patch, and then make a run back, potentially. Yeah,
and that's the thing, right? A lot of these teams, they haven't played this mode competitively. In fact, really the only teams that have are European teams, because, of course, they were involved in Captain's Draft 3, which was a while ago. So yeah, these teams, they don't really know too much about Captain's Draft. Maybe they're coming in here with little to no information. They see the heroes. They don't like the heroes they can get. But for VG Gaming, they just look so good. And I'm excited to see the Newbie versus VG matchup, because both of the teams kind of destroyed the opposing teams. And LFY is supposed to be a very strong roster. I mean, we saw what they could do at TI, and the fact that they got beat this bad in Game 2 is a bit disconcerting. But again, they have that attempt to beat VG.Thunder in the next set of games, whenever that will come. I think it's a little bit later on into the week. So congrats to VG and Newbie. They'll be moving on into our upper bracket. We'll be able to cast the games when we get some information. I think I have the schedule, actually.
Yeah, I think it's like, is it the I want to say it's like the 14th?
Yeah, 14th at 10 p.m.
Tuesday.
All right, well, I probably should use this freaking overlay more, but so yeah, we'll have a bit of a break, a couple of days with some no action coming in. We'll have North America Grand Finals and lower bracket finals tomorrow. That'll start at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be exciting, and should be good. Yeah. So, any closing thoughts here, Cameron, before we head out for the evening?
Nope. Captain's Draft is great. The new patch still seems to be developing in really interesting ways, and fun casting with you. Looking forward to more China.
Always a good time, my friend. Thanks for joining us here today, everybody else, and I will be sure to keep you posted on what we got in terms of North America and China again tomorrow. 1 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Eastern, lower bracket finals. That is going to be Complexity versus VG.J Storm. So another VG.J team going to be involved. And then the grand finals will be Immortals versus that squad, whoever wins that particular best of 3. So very exciting stuff coming here for Captain's Draft 4. A lot to look forward to. We've got already 1 team qualified, looking for a lot more. Actually 2, I believe, with I think South America and SEA both done. So really good stuff there. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.